competition and unfortunate result the other night. How's it been in the wash-up? What have you learned from the reflection, I guess, of that one?
Yeah, really disappointing game. Yeah, look, the Broncos and Penrith have been the best two sides all year, and we knew we had to play really well to have a chance of beating them. And yeah, it was just really disappointing the amount of pressure I suppose we put under ourselves. Making errors and being ill-disciplined, giving penalties away, and we hung in there really tough. I thought, till half time it was 8-0 and conceded one try when did a lot of tackling, but the good teams don't relent, and the Broncos just put us away. So yeah, pretty disappointing start to the final series, but that's I suppose one of the benefits of finishing top four is you're not straight out, and we get to go again this week.
What's the mood been like at the club since?
Yeah, the boys were really disappointed, to be honest. Yeah, I think we all probably think we're a better footy side than what we played. So that was really disappointing. But yeah, look, we've had a really positive day. We've been in, we've reviewed the Broncos game, and I suppose some areas that we think we can really improve in, and been out in the training paddock to try and build on that.
Cam Munster spoke afterwards that there was a bit of a disconnect on the field. Where do you think that sort of stemmed from?
Yeah, it's a tough one, rugby league. I think we put ourselves under the pump early on, and you have to do a lot of defence, and really cooks you out, and then you just lose energy to do the little things and attack that you need to really threaten defences, and particularly the Bronx, they're a really strong defensive side. So hopefully we can start the game better this week, and then obviously looking towards our spine to really take control and I suppose dominate the calls and direction of where we want to play as a team.
Is it something you can turn around in a short space of time, that connectedness? Craig gave you a bit of a spray about being disconnected as well. Can you turn that around in a week?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably been the story of our year. We've had a really bad loss and bounced back with a really good win. So it's obviously been really frustrating that we haven't been able to be really consistent in our performances. But yeah, really confident with the squad we've got that we can still do some really good things in September.
There was an article in the paper this morning that you received a text from Matty Geyer, who managed to turn it around back in '99 with his side. Can you talk to what he said and talk to a little bit of the context around that as well?
Yeah, when they won the premiership in '99, I think the Dragons, they tailed them up in week one, gave them a good flogging, I think, and then the Storm ended up beating them in the grand final 3 weeks later. So that was a nice little text to get, because obviously you're coming in, you're feeling pretty bad about, I suppose, your team and how you performed. So the Melbourne Old Boys is a really passionate group of guys that really support the current playing group, and really appreciate that from those guys. And Buffer's such a club legend, so that was a nice touch. And then obviously looking to, in 2021, Penrith lost week one, and then went round and knocked us out in the prelim, and then went on to win the premiership. So we still need to win 3 games, and it's the same equation. So obviously it's a bit of an advantage having a week off, but we're still in it with a really good chance.
How's Ryan? You've spoken to him, it's been such a big comeback journey, just heartbreaking what's happened, and how do you as a captain try to keep morale up in the group? He's so close to you.
Yeah, really shattered for Paps. He's such a special player, but also a really good person that we love having at this club. And I went up to I stayed in Brisbane until Sunday, and went up to the hospital room, and he was in good spirits. His parents flew up, and I think he's had a good diagnosis from, I suppose, what they thought it would be. So I think he'll be back fully operational by January. So it's exciting, I suppose, to have him for a full most of a pre-season, and just shattered for him, because he's such a good guy. He's worked so hard to get back, and obviously have another setback. It's really tough for him.
You've lost your last 3 finals games dating back to that Panthers game in 2021. Can you address that at all?
Our last 3? Nah, not really. I don't know. I think, I don't know. I think if you start looking at historical things, like even the whole talk about the week about us against the Broncos, and we hadn't lost up there, it doesn't really matter too much, to be honest, that the history of that stuff. I think we're just really trying to fix, obviously, a pretty disappointing performance, review that, and try and look forward.
Another crack at Brandon Smith as well, coming up. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, the big cheese. Yeah, no, he's and I think Cheese copped a bit of grief this year, but he's really banged up. Like, he's had a lot of injuries, and he's playing through a fair bit of stuff. And I think that probably doesn't get reported, how tough he is and what he's doing for that club, for the Roosters, and going out every week. So a lot of respect for Cheese as a as a player, but also he's a great mate of ours, and we love him dearly. So it's going to be a good contest on Friday.
Do you reach out in the build-up? Do you shoot him a text, or does it go pretty silent?
I did. I texted him early in the year when we played him, but I probably won't talk to him this week. But yeah, as soon as that 80 minutes is done, yeah, love him dearly and give him a big hug and catch up.
Taking on the Roosters as well, do you see them as a team to be feared at this time of year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're hitting form really well. They've got some really big game players, Captain Tedesco and a variety of strike there. And then you look at Lindsay Collins, arguably probably the best front rower in the game, with Payne Haas at the moment. And look at his State of Origin series, is incredible. And so, yeah, I think they've got plenty of guys hitting their straps at the right time of the year, so it's going to be a real challenge.